Welcome to the social science class, children. And today we are going to learn a new lesson, means of communication. Means of communication, if you see in this image, we are seeing the things which we are using, and let us see how from the element to now this means of communication has developed. So we are doing chapter 12, means of communication. In the image, you can see the different means of communication. Now, what will be the objectives of learning this lesson? So, at the end, we will learn that we'll find out the different means of communication. Let us know the journey of a letter, and we'll know about the modern means of communication. So, when we talk about communication, we know that we send messages to our friends and relatives. They also send messages to us. The things which I use in sending or receiving messages are called means of communication. There are many means of communication. Communication is broadly divided into two groups: personal communication and mass communication. So, we shall learn about some such commonly used means of communication. Can you see this? So, how we stay in touch with our friends or loved one? We can write letters, make phone calls, or send emails. So, these are the different tools which we can use to be in touch with our friends or someone. See, there is a message or a teletalk between the two person, and look at Neil and Tina. What are they doing? They're talking over a phone. We all like to live in touch with our friends and relatives, meeting them, and it's often possible, but possible through the means of communication. So, let us know what is communication first of all. Communication is sending or receiving informations or messages is called communication. So, this is communication. We receive the message, we send the message or the informations. So, let us see the life of the communication. Long ago, travel pigeon sent messages from one place to another. So, pigeons used to carry the messages. People went on foot or animal to deliver messages. But these means were slow and not so reliable also. So then the different means of communication has taken place. Like today, we have several faster and more reliable means of communication: computer, radio, phone, television, magazines, newspapers. So, first of all, we have this postal means of communication. It is one of the cheapest and most popular means of communication is letter. Now, let us see the communication. We write the letters and we put it in the envelope using the stamps, and then we go to the post office where we insert in the post box. So these are the letters can be sent by writing messages or Indian letters or postcards or even a sheet of paper. These are the different method where we can write the letters. So by putting in a stamped envelope, we then post a letter in a town or any city. These letters are carried by road, rail, air or water transport to different cities or countries for letter to reach safely. Can you see the different means which I use for taking the letter from one place to another? Okay, so now let us see. We must write the complete address along with the pin code. Many times in the classroom also I have asked your pin code number so that you can understand what is the importance of the pin code number here. Then comes, did you know that the invention of the telegraph in the year 1837 enabled message to be sent instantly over great distances. These messages were called telegrams. Telegrams were usually used to send urgent messages. With the invention of telephone, the importance of the telegraph reduced. In India, the last telegraph was sent in July 213. So now, let us see what happens then. The latest means of telephone is telephone. On the telephone, we can easily talk to our friends or relatives. The fastest means of communication is telephone. On the telephone, we can easily talk to our friends. Write messages can be easily sent through the machine, mobile, or cellular phone are wireless. We can also send instant messages through SMS, that is short message services. Now, companies often need to advertise their products to a large number of people at the same time through the television. You see so many ads, na? Napkatol, your Misho, your Mantra, and so many ads campaigns are there for the products. Your ponds, even your banking services are also using the television as a mode of sending, of exploring, and the advertisements are there. So sending, similarly, news about what happening around the world reach a large number of people at the same time. So for this purpose, newspapers, magazines, radio, and televisions are used. And so these are called the means of communication. This is mass media, where many people are able to get the information related to any content, any news, or anything which is there. For this purpose, newspaper, magazine, radio, and television are used in the mass communication. So these are called means of mass communication. So let us see this mass communication. Radio and television provide the latest information on important events. Can you see this? The television has become the most important means of communication in our country. Now, satellite. Today, satellites placed all above the earth help to send telephone messages, radio, and TV programs around the world. Can you see the test match? It is because of satellite that we are able to see sports and other events taking place in any part of the world live. The internet and send emails instantly. You can send pictures and messages from one computer to another on the internet. Can you see this? This is how through the internet and email we send the messages to the phones, mails. Yes. So this is the way how we can use the different means of communication. Smartphones and readers. Yes. Nowadays we have the different smartphones which I use, and we can send the messages through them, and to the personally and the mass also. All of these latest means of communication have brought the world closer and helped to connect people better. So in the end, we come to know about this chapter that sending and receiving message is called communication. Letters and parcels are sent through the postal system. The telephone is the fastest means of communication. Newspaper, radio, and television help to communicate with a large number of people at the same time. The internet and email are now a popular means of communication. So, this is what we have learned in this chapter, children communication. I hope the chapter is clear to you all, because communication is very important in our life, and these are the different ways how we can use the communication, and that is why all these different means of communication are used in the present way time, so that instantly all the news can be there in the world timely. Thank you, children.